This one confirmation can completely change the way you enter trades. Many traders identify the right supply zone, wait for the market to become bearish, and still end up taking low probability entries. The reason isn't the supply zone. It's the confirmation they're missing. In today's video, I'll show you what this confirmation is, why it matters, and exactly how to use it step by step on the chart. The first thing we need is a bearish break of structure. This tells us that buyers are no longer in control and sellers have started taking control of the market. I've already explained the break of structure in complete detail in one of my recent videos, including how to identify a valid break and avoid common mistakes, so I won't go deep into that again here. For this setup, just remember one thing. Once the bearish break of structure is confirmed, we shift our focus from looking for buy opportunities to looking only for high probability sell opportunities. Now let's identify the area where we expect price to return before looking for an entry. Now let's mark our supply zone. This is the area we'll be focusing on because it's where we expect sellers to become active again. You'll notice that this zone is responsible for the strong bearish move that followed earlier, which makes it an important point of interest. I have already covered how to identify a high-quality supply zone in detail in one of my previous videos, so I won't explain the complete concept again here. For this setup, simply remember that whenever price returns to this supply zone, we don't rush into a sell trade. Instead, we patiently observe how price behaves inside this area, because that's where the real confirmation begins. Before looking for an entry, let's first identify where we expect price to move. In this setup, our target is the sell side liquidity resting below these lows. This area contains the stop losses of traders who entered buy positions, making it an attractive destination for the market. I'll explain the complete concept of sell side liquidity in an upcoming dedicated video, because today's focus is the inverse fair value gap confirmation. For now, just remember one thing. Before taking any trade, it's important to know where price is likely to travel. Once our target is clear, we can wait for the right confirmation to enter the trade. Now watch what happens as price starts moving back toward our supply zone. This is exactly the area we've been waiting for, but notice that price doesn't reject the zone immediately. Instead, it continues pushing a little higher before finally showing a bearish reaction. This move creates what I've marked as a liquidity sweep. Now, one question might come to your mind. Why have I marked the liquidity sweep here instead of behind the supply zone? That's a very important concept, and I don't want to mix two different lessons in the same video. I'll explain that completely in my next video, step by step. For today's lesson, just understand that this liquidity sweep has already formed, and even after seeing it, we still don't rush into a sell trade. A liquidity sweep alone is not the confirmation we're waiting for. There is one more confirmation that can significantly improve the probability of the trade, and that's exactly what we'll focus on next. Now, at this point, everything looks bearish. We have a bearish break of structure. We've identified our supply zone. Our target is the sell side liquidity, and the liquidity sweep has already formed. So the biggest question is, should we enter a sell trade right now? The answer is no. This is where many traders make their biggest mistake. They assume all the conditions have been met and entered too early. But professional traders don't rely on assumptions. They wait for the market to provide one final confirmation before committing to the trade. So let's see what price creates next. This is exactly where most retail traders lose their patience. As soon as they see the bearish break of structure, the supply zone, and the liquidity sweep, they immediately execute a sell trade. On the surface, that decision looks logical, but the market doesn't reward traders for being early. It rewards traders for waiting for confirmation. Entering before confirmation increases the chance of getting caught in a false reaction or unnecessary drawdown. Instead of predicting what price will do next, we simply let the market reveal its intention. And that's exactly what we're going to wait for now, because price is about to create the confirmation we've been waiting for. Now watch very carefully. because this is the most important part of today's setup. After the liquidity sweep, price starts moving down with strong bearish momentum. During this move, you'll notice that price leaves behind an imbalance. An imbalance simply means price moved so aggressively that it didn't trade efficiently through every price level, leaving a gap between candles. Normally, traders call this a fair value gap, but here's where today's lesson begins. Instead of treating that fair value gap as a buying area, price later breaks below it. Once that happens, its role changes completely. This is why it's called an inverse fair value gap. In simple words, an area that previously supported price can now act as resistance. Why is this important? Because it gives us confirmation that sellers are still in control. Rather than chasing the bearish move, we now have a logical area where price may retrace before continuing lower. That's exactly why professional traders wait for this confirmation. They don't sell because price is falling. They wait for the market to create a clear area that confirms the bearish intention. So in this setup, the inverse fair value gap isn't the entry itself. It's the confirmation that prepares us for a high probability entry. The next step is to patiently wait and see whether price retraces back into this area and respects it. Now, instead of continuing straight down, price starts retracing back toward the inverse fair value gap we just identified. This is exactly what we've been waiting for. Notice that we're still not entering the trade. We're allowing price to return to this area because we want to see how the market reacts. If the inverse fair value gap is valid, sellers should begin defending this zone. This patient approach helps us avoid chasing the move and gives us a more logical place to look for an entry. So now, let's watch whether price respects this inverse fair value gap and provides the final confirmation for our sell trade. Now price retraces back into our inverse fair value gap, but we still don't enter immediately. First, we wait for confirmation. Notice how price attempts to move higher but leaves a rejection wick. That wick tells us buyers tried to push price higher but failed to maintain control. Immediately after that, price creates a strong bearish displacement. This displacement confirms that sellers have stepped back into the market with strength. The combination of the rejection wick and the bearish displacement is the confirmation we've been waiting for. Now we have evidence that price has respected the inverse fair value gap, and this is where we execute our sell entry. Instead of predicting the move, we're simply following what the market has already confirmed. After our sell entry is confirmed, price starts moving lower with strong bearish momentum. Instead of reacting emotionally to every candle, we simply allow the trade to play out according to our plan. As expected, price continues moving toward the sell side liquidity that we identified before entering the trade. Eventually, price reaches that target, completing the entire setup. This is why waiting for confirmation is so important. Rather than entering early and hoping the trade works, we waited for the market to confirm the move first, which gave us a much higher probability entry. So that's how you can use the inverse fair value gap as a confirmation instead of entering the trade too early. Remember, the goal isn't to predict where the market will go. The goal is to wait for the market to confirm your idea before risking your money. If you follow this process consistently, you'll avoid many unnecessary entries and improve the quality of your setups. And before you leave, remember the liquidity sweep we marked earlier? In my next video, I'll explain why I marked it at that exact location instead of behind the supply zone. Once you understand that concept, this entire setup will make even more sense. So don't miss the next lesson, and I'll see you there.